This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that fire.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Sway the morning, shade 4-5. Big day in hip hop right here, ladies and gentlemen. All Heather B.
Talk to me.
We've been in this game a long time.
Facts.
It's not a lot of people who've been in this game as long as we have.
No printer.
Who've been gatekeepers, if you will. I came into this game, we came in as artists.
Right.
Trying to push the envelope, trying to be heard, trying to get validated. King Tech and I was singing and rapping and dancing.
Going to MC Sway.
That's right. Hold up, man. Let me get my MC.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Got him excited.
Well, you know I'm not act, man. I'm sorry, man.
All right. But fuck it. Elliott Wilson is here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's the intro.
I'm sorry.
You put it
I'm never going to get a Sway intro again. I promise I'll shut up. Sway, please.
Like too late.
Sway, please. Do
It
another
ain't
one.
natural. It ain't organic now. I was going to go into a flow. It's a freestyle.
Damn. Take two.
Damn.
Nah.
Elliott Wilson is here.
Yeah.
All right.
What up, Sway? How are you, brother?
I'm doing well.
Doing well.
What I appreciate about folks who've been able to endure through the test of time, because this is the one culture that time is constantly working against you. Mm-hmm. You get to the point where everything comes natural, you know, everything from output and everything from what you receive, whether it's accolades or anything else. And then you come to a point in your life where you've been in it so long to start working against you. People tell you, man, you've been here too long, but I do it better than everybody else. But yeah, you've been doing it for so long. So you have to constantly reinvent yourself. So whether you're creating or writing books like he has as an author, book of raps,
Book of Rappers.
the book of rappers, book of racism.
Yep.
Whether you're an editor-in-chief of a magazine, whether it's Double XL or where you contributed to Vibe, GQ, Rolling Stone, you find ways to keep your name out there. You know, whether you become a co-executive producer on TV shows or you create a whole brand and a movement like Eagle Tripping, you find ways to get out there. Or the one show when y'all was trying to find a great white
rapper.
The white rapper, remember that?
Before we have all these white rappers now. It used to be rare.
Yeah.
We only had Marshall.
Yes. You find
Shout out to Marshall.
Shout out to Marshall. Then you may create something like Rap Radar.
Woo!
And
Shout out Paul Rosenberg.
And partner up with our partner here at Shade 4-5, Paul Rosenberg.
Esquire.
You find a way to keep yourself out there. You create platforms like the Crwn.
Woo!
Crwn. And invite artists, and you invite the public to come and hear the artists in different ways, see how their mind works, see what they were thinking when they did when milestone moments in their career happen. You find a way to keep yourself out there, keep your name out there, and at the same time balance the love of the culture. Heather B, we've been through that. We go through that every single day here on Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5, and he has done a great job of keeping himself alive in this business, the one and only Elliott Wilson.
Oh, man. That's amazing, man. Thank you, Sway.
Hey, man, I was trying to freestyle it, man.
I'm sorry I messed it up the first time,
Nah,
man.
man. Just screwed it up, dude. Screwed it up.
I see how you get it, man. It's that intro. That intro game is
Feel good?
sick, man.
I make you feel good right
I
now?
got to step my intro game up.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do it like you with that
Oh,
one.
man, go for it, man. Tell you, however I can inspire, man, that's what I do it for. Man.
Yes, sir, man.
Elliott, man, congratulations on The Crwn being on MTV 2. It's going to be airing tonight.
Midnight, me and
Midnight,
Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
You know I had never met Snoop Dogg.
Prior to that interview?
Prior to that interview.
Really?
It's crazy.
And all these years?
All these years.
Wow.
And it happened because, you know, I wanted to get him with the last. I didn't like the Snoop Lion move. I was very critical of the Snoop Lion move. I didn't understand it. So I said some critical things, and then we had a little back and forth and got cool after that. And then with the last record, he had a record called Bush with California Roll. I had reached out to try to do a Crwn, and his management shut me down. I was like, damn, like I don't get it, because I watched him do this GGN interview with his interviews he does with Ab Soul, and he was bigging me up, and I was like, I don't understand why he doesn't want to do it, so he turned me down. And then with this next project he just put out, the Kool-Aid, he hit me on Instagram DM. He's like, yo, we never sat down, it's time. And I was like, I'm on it, like let's make it happen. So from that point on, we made it happen, and it was just amazing to sit down with somebody. Obviously, you know, again, he's in our cloth of people who've been in this, you know, double decades and continues to evolve, and strive for greatness, and for me to finally just get to sit with him and you know, besides the OG, you know, exchange of gems and all that, he's a funny dude. He was doing impressions, like, you know, I didn't get to know the person, you know, so I thought it was an amazing moment, you know, and even now doing so much of my career, like you said, that still just felt like a milestone for my career right there, to be able to sit down with Snoop Dogg, like for what he means to the culture. It's amazing.
What did you learn about him that you didn't know from this interview?
Just how smart he is. I mean, I know he's a great businessman. Just again, that he's funnier than I thought. He does impressions of like Redman, Method Man. You know, he talks a lot about, you know, back in our day, the whole East-West tension at times. Not the beef stuff, but even just the rivalry of like wanting to be accepted if you were from outside coast in New York and what that meant to him and stuff like that. Just his insight, just how he couldn't be able now to put things in perspective, and that now he's sort of like this also person that like is like a peacemaker in a sense. Like when there's conflict, he said people come to him the way they come to Minister Farrakhan, you know. And then he's hands on with it too, and he's ready to turn up on you, like the way him and Game went to L.A. To the cops in L.A. and stepped to them, and you know, able to make change. You know, some people just talk about things, especially now in the social media age, but for someone like that to still be so hands on and push things and really put his feet on the ground, you know, that's what he does. It's amazing.
What kind of changes did you have to go through, if any, from, you know, Crwn starting off independent and then now moving to TV?
Well, it still feels independent. I mean, MTV, we have a nice little situation with TV too on a short term, and if the people watch it and the ratings are great, as we know, then it could be more of a long-term thing. But I look at it like an independent label that's now finally getting that right distribution to a major. You know, they still let us do a lot, you know, in terms of the creative, in terms of what I'm putting together, my partner Jesse Kirschbaum. So that's how I look at it. Like, it's just more, to me, more validation. And then obviously now if you make the small screen, it changes everything. You know, there's more eyes on it. You know, you have to make some changes of making some cuts for television. Like I'm learning to be better at that. Learning not to slouch as much. Learning to sit up. You know, things that I'm sure
Should've
Sway.
just called me, dude. The fuck, man.
Sway etiquette courses and shit. How to, you know, make eye contact and all that. So those adjustments are important. But at the end of the day, I think it's still triggered off the live event. You know, and that Snoop live event was amazing. It's an hour and a half. You know, he sat down. We were gonna give him a smoke break because we were worried about, you know, it was like we was worried he might need a little something, but he trudged through it. We was good. So that's one experience. But then when you see it on TV, it's a great half hour of TV cut like the way you expect to see TV. You know, so it's engaging in that way. So I love it because now it's really giving you more than one experience.
Absolutely.
You know, if you were there live, you had a certain experience, and now if you watch it tonight at midnight, you also will enjoy it.
What does your family think of your career, man? I'm just curious, man. Who are your parents?
My parents are Elliott, Jesse Wilson Sr., and Berta Victoria Wilson. They're about to go. They're both born in. They're both Virgos. So their birthdays are coming up, and they go visit my little brother Kenny, my middle brother, around this time of the year. He has a daughter, Maddie, and then I have a younger brother, Steven. You met my younger brother. I have two younger brothers, and my parents. I've been blessed that I had parents in my life the whole time, and I had a father figure, and he always made me be like, "Look, you little biracial light-skinned nigga, you're gonna be successful." And you know, I always say I was supposed to be Derek Jeter. Like his baseball was his dream for me, so I played baseball as a kid. And then music ended up being it, and then music journalism ended up being it. But I always was raised to believe I could be successful, which is very important. Yeah. And I was blessed to like be able to leave my neighborhood and go see different places and stuff.
So you never dove into drugs or prostitution or nothing like that? You never did any credit card scams? Like, well, you got a thug side to you, Elliott Wilson?
Right.
I don't think I have a record, man. I think I can move good out here. I never got caught with anything yet, man.
Never got jumped.
I don't got things. I never got mad. I'm proud of never getting my ass beat because there was an era where journalists were getting their ass beat. So I'm very proud that I was able to.
You was able to
avoid that. I always say I never ran away from artists or ran out of clubs, but I would step with purpose. I'd walk away, to avoid a conflict.
You ever been threatened by an artist?
Oh, endless times.
What was the most serious threat?
Times.
The most serious threat you think you received from somebody?
I mean, it all feels serious, man. I mean, the idea that you don't want to take it to the guns, but even somebody attacking you. Like I'm only here to defend myself, man. But I'm also not, the way I've always moved in this business and why I think it's worked for me is that I never try to pretend I be nothing that I'm not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm from a certain environment, but I was blessed to be in that environment. In terms of not having to deal with some of the pitfalls some of the kids in my neighborhood went through, and having that structure, like I said. Yeah. But I'm not a sucker, and I know, in this business that whatever you say or whatever you do, you have to be responsible for and you have to back up. I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to promise you anything I can't deliver on. And I do deal with people in an honorable way, and I give you what you give back to me. You give me respect, I give you respect.
Elliott Wilson is
Yeah,
here.
you mentioned the business though. How are you managing marriage with that too?
Oh man, marriage is up there as the most important thing. I mean, I think that's why I ended up marrying Danielle Smith Wilson on the
Queen.
on the certificate. But Danielle Smith still is the professional. You know, she continues to evolve. She's at ESPN right now, or a website they have called The Undefeated. And we moved to DC, so I have a home in DC now. I have a home in New York. I'm going back and forth. Like, I think that's what we've always done. We've always said, well, if you were single, would you make this business decision? Would you take this job? And I think that if you were going to do that when you were single, we got to find a way to make it work. So that's what we've always done. Like, she went back to Vibe when I was at XXL, and we competed. So we've done a lot of unconventional things, but I think that, you know, there's an understanding amongst each other of, you know, who this person is, and we root for each other, and we're each other's biggest fans, and we think the other person's better, and it just has that exchange. But, you know, it's not all glorious. It has its tough times, but I'm blessed, and it feels great. And we've been married 11 years now.
That's dope.
How she deals with your female fan base?
I have way more of a male fan base, thankfully. Yo, the dudes who love me out here, pause. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But I mean, besides the male fan base, you also see
that TV might bring that. I gotta be careful out here. That MTV too, might be careful.
Be careful.
I'm sorry.
you got you're good. You got a lot of Twitter thugs that come at you.
It's less now though.
There is less.
I think people are less tough online now. They're less tough. They more so just it's the troll era. They just really want the validation, and now they get it a lot because they'll catch celebrities slipping and give them their comments. Now they're ecstatic. Like, I'll say something and finally I'll catch 50 on the wrong night and he'll hit me in my IG comments at 4 a.m. and diss me. So I think the fans are kind of left me alone a little bit. No,
does that
those
excite
fans.
you?
No, the fans. The fans.
Okay.
The fans. I say they leave me alone now because now they have such a direct line with the celebrity. They'll catch the celebrity out there,
Okay.
and the celebrity will give them that tap, and it's like, oh my God, did you see?
Right, and
he
they'll
responded
favorite
to me. So it's less for me now, honestly, at this point. You know,
because I feel like not everyone, but a lot of people's go-to troll when it came to Elliott Wilson was like, Elliott Wilson, he's a Jay-Z dick rider.
Yeah.
All he does is just pander to Jay-Z.
Drake. Well, they always say I favor the front runner. I'm cool with the winner. I'm never standing by the person that's not hot. I mean, that part of it saying it that way, I don't think that's a bad reputation. I don't do it by being a chump or a yes man. And you ask any of those people what our relationships are, we have ups and downs. I'm sure, you know, Sway can attest. When you looked at as being cool with an artist, that's even more politics or even more of a pressure of, when you do things they don't like, they're going to tell you about it. And you have to manage that relationship. And you're going to have your ups and downs where they don't fuck with you. They're mad that you said this. They're mad that you don't like this record. And then you got to navigate through that. So it really works in the same way. You know, like, if somebody doesn't have to mess with you at all, then that's one thing. But to be cool with somebody that's powerful, that's used to everybody saying yes to them, and you're the rare person that says no to them, you know, it can go the other way. But I think that's what that respect is built on. Like, I have a good relationship with Jay-Z or a good relationship with Drake, and it's based on that. But it's based on times when we haven't seen eye to eye.
Right.
And it's also based on, I can't get them for an interview. That's my still fight. Like, to get Drake to sit with me again, to get Hov to sit with me again, because I know that's what the culture wants.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of pressure on myself to deliver that. So, you know, it works a lot of different ways. But I think it's because like Sway was saying, the longevity and the work I put in, and it's about respect. You know, I've always been a person that, you know, controversial with the XXL era, very aggressive in that time frame.
Yeah, that yellow nigga persona.
The yellow nigga
Wyatt.
persona.
Okay, so where did yellow nigga persona come from? Because he was a tough guy.
Yeah, I had the bully. I felt like the source was a bunch of bullies, and I had to bully the bully. It was like the old school thing. Like, if I was a sucker, they would take my lunch money. So I had to go into school and just act like I was as ruthless and fearless as they were, and actually attack them. You know, that's the thing that's wrong about it. I went after them. Like, I attacked them. Because when I took over XXL, we were selling like maybe 70,000 copies or something. So I was selling like 500,000 copies. Yeah. But I was like, I'm going to be number one. It's going to happen. Give me a year. Give me 2 years. It took 5-6 years, but it happened.
Did they ever,
and, you know,
did they ever, like, did Benz, because back then people were showing up
Benzino
to your
finally
office.
showed up. Everybody knows that. Benzino finally came up. That's when I knew. What happened was when he finally came up and it almost went there, that's when I switched the style up. I said, you know what? I don't want this. I don't want to walk around acting like I'm something I'm not. I don't want guns under my desk. I don't want to walk around with security. I don't want to get kids from my hood to hold me down. I don't want to live that way. Yeah. And I was realizing at a certain point that I was now winning, or at least I felt I was equal. So, like, why do I keep dissing them? Like, I dissed them because nobody thought you could ever be better than the source. And that was a way to get attention. That was a way to build a movement of excitement of, let's get the champ. Let's beat the champ. Nobody's ever beat Floyd Mayweather. Let's beat him. Like, that type of mentality. And we did it. And then I switched to stop, and I was very proud of that. Like, I stopped doing the dissing part and just did better work. And I did a Fandy Shakur on the cover, and I did things that sort of showed that, this is just really hip-hop on a higher level. This is what their magazine should have evolved to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to beat you that way. And I was more powerful when I did that.
Elliott Wilson is here, man. Since we got you here and you're totally honest with us right now, DB came up with a great game, and it's called
Battle of the Best.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
You're
it.
rich, you're famous, and you're probably pretty good at what you do.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
But we want to know who you would pick between the greatest matchups of all time. It's the Battle of the Best on Sway in the morning.
break down the rules.
All right, since you're the man behind the Crwn series, we want to see if you're going to pick two names and which one you would give the
I
crown
pick the
to.
names too?
Yeah.
Pick two at a time.
You have to read them out loud,
Who
too.
would you get a crown
Pick
to?
one at a time? Or
Pick
one?
two at a time.
Yeah.
Don't look at it. Pick it one
Oh,
more.
no, read the first one. Read the first one. Yeah.
Redman.
Okay.
Funk Dr. Spot. Redman.
Okay.
Jersey, stand up.
Holla.
And then Y, too. All right.
I grabbed two, my bad.
Okay.
Notorious B.I.G. Woo! So wait, who's better, Big or Redman?
Who has
pick
the
the
crown?
crown
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go B.I.G. But Redman's lethal. But you gotta go B.I.G.
Really? Okay. Why?
Just impact on culture. Like I think that Redman had moments of like commercial success, but Biggie was the blueprint of how to do things all those facets of culture. Like he was able to evolve that way. I think he had an advantage that he had like a co-creator with Puffy in terms of always pushing him with that. Redman was very versatile also. I mean, it's close. Redman was very versatile also. He has a longer track record because Biggie obviously passed earlier and then has many albums. But I think that when you look at Biggie's range of art and also his impact in such a short time, you have to give him the edge.
Get Biggie? Okay.
But they're both Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers. Yeah, that's
Both
why they
Hall of
made it to the
Famers.
bag.
Right.
So this is all official bag.
Yeah, this is the official bag.
There's no yak fu front. Or
No. Damn. Dug deep.
Some shit on Wonder's playlist.
Yeah.
And shit.
All right. Who you got?
LL Cool J.
Good luck with whoever you pick.
LL about to make a whole diss record.
Hey, man. Good luck with that. Whoever
Lick
the
his
second
lips and
person
roll his
is.
pants up and come at the kid. Jay-Z. Yo, Wonder, why'd you put 12 Jay-Z's in here, man? Come on, Wonder, man.
Let the trolling
I'm
begin.
going with Hove.
You
man.
going with Hove?
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Well, you got to?
You quit the game? You
My
quit the
biggest-
fucking shit, Elliott? Damn, it's over.
Quit the game. Elliott said, okay, thank you for the
I
interview.
can't take no more.
Right?
I have the same birthday as LL Cool J. My idols were LL Cool J and Run DMC growing up as a kid because I was from Queens. So, I mean, LL's like the pinnacle. And, like, it's unfortunate he doesn't get the props he deserves, because, we'll talk about this another time, but I think the 80s now is looked at as sort of like the icon age, like the 70s, like a pioneering era.
Yeah.
And the 90s have become so much of our foundation now with the new generation. So LL, who was the most prolific star, prolific. It's a little early. Most prolific star of the 80s, he doesn't get that standard. He was the blueprint for the rap superstar, for the solo rap
The
star.
solo rap
Absolutely.
star.
And I think that he doesn't get that. But Hove is transcended amongst everything. I think it's hard to make an argument. I always tell people if you're not saying Hove's the greatest, you just tell me who your favorite is, and that's fine. But I think Hove is clearly the greatest.
Damn, that was a good one, man.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was
good
almost
luck,
planned
good
out.
luck, man.
Tupac. Oh, y'all fuck with me, man. I got heavyweight.
Be careful. With that next answer.
Lil Wayne. Wow. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, that's
matchup.
interesting.
I'm gonna still go with Pac. Same thing. I mean, that's the thing. It's hard. It's hard to be Biggie and Pac because like I said, their deaths in the 90s redefined the culture in general. It redefined how we define the culture. And again, Tupac's impact and his versatility culture. And what's unique about Tupac is it wasn't appreciated till after he died. I always tell people that.
Yeah.
Sway was probably one of the few people that championed him as one of the premier guys in the game.
Yeah.
But nobody treated him like that, and we all appreciated everything more so after he passed. And I'd never seen that before in hip hop.
Yeah.
And it was such a real organic way. It wasn't like just paying homage. It was like, he's the hottest guy in the game, and he's been dead for a year. And I want every record he's ever made. Like I want every bootleg. I want everything.
What about Wayne?
And Wayne epitomizes that. He was inspired by that. And you never saw, to me, Wayne is on Michael Jackson in the sense that you never seen somebody really be a true child star that was respected and become the adult star. It was supposed to be Juvie, it was supposed to be BG, it wasn't supposed to be him. And then with the influence of Pac, the way he dominated and just had that same type of idea of Pac, of that work ethic of just like pull the song up, let's knock another song out, pull the song up. And that run he went on with all those guest features, and like you really saw him work his ass off to become the top guy in the game. You know, break out of that Cash Money bubble, you know, attack the whole game. And then now he's eternally a legend because he also put on Nicki, he put on Drake. So his impact on culture is right below Pac, I think, at this sense. But you know, on a musical front, I think you can make the arguments Wayne's made more of an impact because he did give us Nicki Minaj, he did give us Drake. But if you talk about overall, I would still give it to Pac. Okay, that's a good one, though. That was a good big one, right? That's good. I like those matchups. That's a good game right here. Y'all know what you're doing, Sway in the morning.
Wild card. He's on Sway in the morning.
Oh man. Eminem, he wins.
I guess that's it. Don't even pick. Don't even pick.
And Eminem, the winner's Eminem.
All right, Elliott Wilson. Congratulations on the Crwn.
Yeah, tonight at midnight, MTV 2, please.
All right, and
your show too, 10 p.m. Right? It's gonna be an amazing night.
So let me ask you this: what would you consider? We talked about our first break when we got that one shot that catapulted our careers, our destinies, and our journeys. What would you consider that one shot that you got? The first one shot you got?
You know, it's two. I have to give two. It's like 1A, 1B. 1A was the idea. I always wanted to be the music editor of The Source. Like I used to see Reggie C. Dennis and the glasses, and he had every record first. And I was like, I want every rap album first, and I want to give out the mics. And I'm not arguing with anybody else what the mics are gonna be. I'm doing the mics. I own every record. Like that was my dream. And I didn't realize it was an industry and it was politics of how to get and who the editors were, and who John Schechter was, who these people are. So that was always my career goal. So I eventually achieved that. So that was my big shot. But it really was meeting Sasha Jenkins and us starting, you know, him. He had a magazine called Beatdown with Sky Haji Akibade. And I realized that I could be independent. I could do my own thing. Like there was a Source, but they're doing their own thing. They got Cypress Hill on the cover, and it's a newspaper. Like it felt empowering that you could print your own product and create it. And then years later, we created Ego Trip. So, you know, I think it's probably meeting Sasha Jenkins as a personal level, because he taught me that it isn't just about this magic job. It's about empowering your own self and being entrepreneurial and have an independent spirit. And then it was the big break of actually getting that job, because once I became music editor of Source and I was able to achieve that at 25, I just felt a certain level of confidence that led to me being confident enough to be editor-in-chief for XXL and go on to do these things now and just really you know, push my love of this culture. You know, that's why I'm still in it, because I feel like just as inspired back then as I do now. What I was trying to do back then is the same thing I'm trying to do now, which is be looked at as like the authority of the culture, that my voice is the most important voice, and that's always the challenge. You know?
Especially when you got all these other voices out here speaking on a daily basis.
But I don't mind great ones like yourself, man. Okay, still sharp and still, but you know, we just got to body up and throw in the rest of them, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
That's right, man. You know, taking body counts. No, okay.
You already got a list. Sway.
Now, my whole journey turned into, I know what my legacy is, so it's sealed. You know, King Tech and I, what we've done, what we built, what we created, and to your point, we're doing the same exact thing we were doing when we first came into the game.
Yeah, always go back to the essence.
Go back to the essence. So now I'm trying to help others create their legacy. You know, and so for me, it's all about giving back and continue to give back and create platforms where a lot of these artists or this culture to get proper exposure. And we were talking about that filter when you work with these corporations and you have these wonderful, beautiful, great, grand ideas, and you take it through that corporate filter and it becomes something else. So it's also about that empowerment, being able to put this stuff out unfiltered. You know,
always fighting for that. That's the thing about hip-hop. Hip-hop is always that fight against it. Like the system embraces us because they know our economic power, but we always are fighting to get it done the right way that really represents our culture, that really is something that we're proud of, that only we understand. You know, that's always still the battle.
Yeah, fighting the system that keeps me inspired, man. Elliott, thanks for coming up.
Wait, thank you, sir.
All right, hey man, one shot come on at 10 p.m. on BET.
Hip hop night, baby.
So can we get that Rap Radar love too?
I just put on my IG too, though. I'm here everywhere.
Great.
Who's in there? You got Crooked I, got Khaled, everybody on there.
Khaled's on it, T.I. is on it, Remy Ma is on it, RZA's on it, Twister's on it, Tech Nine's on it. I forget what.
Little X.
DJ Drama, Director X, Mike Cole.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's gonna walk away with $100,000. 100K.
Secure the bag. You secure the bag for them.
Man. Yo, I'm struggling right now. All right. We want to thank our guest, Steve Aoki, for coming by today as well.
Yes.
Won't Sleep.
I Won't Sleep Till I'm Dead, which is on Netflix right now.
All right, and don't forget 10 p.m. Make sure you watch One Shot. 12 p.m. Make sure you watch The Crown. Midnight.
MTV 2.
At 12 a.m. rather. Yeah,
Yes.
midnight. Watch
Don't
it.
go to sleep. One shot, then go to Crwn.
There you go. All right. Okay, Tracy, how can I reach you?
Twitter, Instagram, you can hit me over there at It's Tracy GITS ACYG.
Elliott, tell them how they can reach you, man.
Man, at Elliott Wilson, ELLIOTT Wilson on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Government name.
Hit them up direct, citizens. Ask them whatever you want. Heather B.
Hit me up at the Happy Hour, WHB on Instagram and Twitter. Citizens, don't forget SiriusXM.com/on-demand if you want to play back shows.
Twitter, Instagram, It's Really DB. Hit me up. Let's talk movies.
You want to talk dirty? IMOQ on Instagram.
That's right.
DJ Wonder.
At DJ Wonder on everything.
I'm at Real Sway on everything. Sway Calloway on other things. Make sure you hit us up. And One Shot tonight at 10 p.m. Don't forget hashtag One Shot BET. And until tomorrow, we have nothing left to say.
It's Sway in the morning. Only
On Shade 45.
Killer.